Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome and happy Pride. I'm Jon Palumbo, and it is a true honor to serve as your worship leader this morning. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Phoenix. A very special welcome to those of you that are joining us for the first time. The Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Phoenix strives to be a spiritual community for our time, focused on diverse theological perspectives, radical inclusion, and knowing that issues of justice and equality shape everything we do. And a special welcome to everybody joining us via Zoom, YouTube, and Facebook. We can get a wide shot of the room here. Those of you in the room, please turn around, wave to everybody, say hi to the folks online. Remembering that our congregation, no matter how we are participating together, is together today. I like this view better. Usually I see the back of my head and realize how little hair I have left. All right. So join me now as we recite our covenant, and my lovely wife, Gita Palumbo, lights our chalice. Love is the doctrine of this congregation. The quest for truth is our sacrament, and service is our prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge and freedom, to share our strength and fellowship, thus do we covenant. Okay, we've got a special treat for you guys today. Returning to perform for us today are jazz performers Renee Patrick and Nicole Pesci. They wowed us earlier in the year, and we are fortunate to have an encore performance from them today.
Test one. There I am. Thank you, Jay. Heaven, please send to all of mankind understanding and peace of mind. But if it's not asking too much, send me someone to love, someone to love. Show the world how to get along. Peace will enter where hate has gone. But if it's not asking too much, please send me someone to love. I lay awake at night and I count the world's troubles, and the answer is always the same. Unless man puts an end to this damnable sin, hate will find the world in flame. What a shame. Just because I'm in misery, I don't beg for none of your sympathy. But if it's not asking too much, please send me someone to love. awake at night and I count the world's troubles, and my answer is always the same. Unless man puts an end to this damnable sin, hate will find the world in flames. What a shame. Just because I might be in misery, but I don't beg for none of your sympathy, no. But if it's not asking too much, send me, send me, send me. Yes, if it's not asking too much, send me someone to love.
Good morning. I am McManus, and I am your worship associate this morning. Woo-hoo! Everything going on at UUCP can be found on our website, phoenixuu.org, and our weekly newsletter, Compass. And now for our announcements. The shooting of school children and teachers in Uvalde has made us even more aware of the need for gun control. March for Our Lives, the youth-led advocacy group, is coordinating a Phoenix March on June 11th at 5 p.m. at the Arizona State Capitol. A link for details is on the civic engagement page of the website. We will have a new petition for a reproductive rights initiative at the back table starting today and throughout June. Be sure to stop by and sign. Our offering is now a true share the plate every week. We split all undesignated funds from the offering 50-50 with a different organization each month because we feel this approach better reflects our values. In June, we are asking UUCP members and friends to share the plate with the Phoenix branch of the Bail Project. The Bail Project combats mass incarceration by disrupting money bail, one person at a time. The project reunites families and challenges a system that criminalizes race and poverty. They are on a mission to end cash bail and create a more just and humane pretrial system. UUCP donations will go to the Bail Project's revolving bail fund. The Bail Project pays bail for people who are legally presumed innocent and whom a judge is deemed eligible for release from jail before trial if bail is waived. You can text UUCP STP to 73256. You can donate through the website or you can send a check. If you are paying your pledge to UUCP, please indicate that on the check. If you are here in person, this is a totally acceptable time to bust out your phone and text UUCP STP to 73256. There are also collection boxes at the entrance with QR codes to scan. Please put your money in there as you come in or go out. For all that you give to our congregation and our community partner, we are so grateful.
It's a little early, sorry. Now, if you know the song, help me with the words. People keep on learning. Soldiers keep on warring. World just keeps turning, 'cause it won't be too long, no. Powers keep on lying, while your people keep on dying. World just keeps on turning, 'cause it won't be too long, no. I'm so glad that you let me try it again. My last time on earth I lived a whole world of sin. I'm so glad I know more than I knew then. Gonna keep on trying till I reach a higher ground, yeah. Teachers, keep on teaching. Preachers, keep on preaching. World keeps on turning, 'cause it won't be too long, no. Keep on loving. Believers, keep on believing. Sleepers, just stop sleeping, 'cause it won't be too long, no. I'm so glad that he let me try it again. My last time on earth I lived a whole world of sin. I'm so glad I know more than I knew then. Gonna keep on trying till I reach a higher ground, yeah. Nobody's gonna bring me down, oh no. Till I reach a higher ground.
All right. Sorry to those online who couldn't hear me earlier. I guess the mic just decided not to work, but we're making it work. It is the time when we share the joys and sorrows of our community. Being together, it is good to share, to support each other, and to connect. Folks on Zoom, please feel free to enter any joys or sorrows into the chat, putting your name at the beginning. And I do not have any in-person joys and sorrows, so I guess it was an uneventful week for us here in person. All right. Donna Featherston is filled with gratitude for Renee and Nicole this morning.
It's okay, don't be shy. All right, this is from Carrie Lifshitz. Owen and his team did an amazing job at Odyssey of the Mind World Finals last week. Awesome job. Great to hear. This is from Bill Snowden. A joy to be home from his 12-day stay in the hospital. Glad to hear that you're home, Bill. That's good. I wish you well in your recovery. Well, it's looking like we don't have a lot to say today, so let us take a deep breath while we create space for the joys and sorrows of our community, and send hearts to one another from Zoom people to in-person people and vice versa. Can we get a wide shot of our congregation? Oh, that is the chalice. Awesome. Amazing. Fantastic.
I invite you to a time of meditation and prayer. Sit up straight and tall, but relaxed. Feel your feet anchored into the ground. Breathe in and out through your nose. Count out 3 slow and perfect breaths. 1 long, full breath in. 1 long, full breath out. A full, slow breath in. A full, slow breath out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Take note how you're feeling right now in your body, heart, and mind. Ask yourself, what's present in your body? Maybe you notice a physical sensation, discomfort, or ease. And check into your heart. Are there any emotions present? And what's in your mind? Are there any stories or memories present, positive or negative? Next, bring into your mind a loved one, someone who you know personally, someone who is very dear to you. Visualize them. Visualize them sitting across from you, right here and right now. Take note of the loved one in all of their complexity. Recognize they have good days and bad days, and they have struggles which you may or may not know about. See if you can feel in your own body, heart, and mind what your loved one might be feeling. And then with intention, send them the following phrases. What my loved one is feeling is not theirs alone to carry. There are many others who feel the same way they do. May they accept these feelings, thoughts, and emotions as shared human experience. And from your heart to theirs, send them kindness, send them acceptance, send them compassion. See them having received your wish. See the ease and the joy that arises as they become as they begin to understand they're not alone. Now, think of a challenging person in your life. Sit them across from you. See them in their complex humanity. See their good and bad days. See their joys and their hardships. See their moments of total suffering, even those that they hide. And then, with love and kindness in your heart, send them the following phrases. What this person is feeling is not theirs alone to carry. There are many others who feel the same way as they do. May they accept these feelings, thoughts, and emotions as shared human experience. And then from your heart to theirs, send them kindness, send them acceptance, send them compassion. See them having received your wish. See the ease and joy that arises as they begin to understand they're not alone. And recall too that you are not alone, that you are able to recognize joy and pain equally in others, because you have had the experience of joy and pain yourself. Now check in with how you're feeling in body, heart, and mind. As you fill up with the recognition that you've sent love and kindness to others, perhaps you're better able to connect with the sensation of having received loving kindness yourself. That which we give, we get back in return. So continue to practice kindness, acceptance, and compassion every moment of each day. Amen. Blessed be, and Ashe.
There's a man on TV, he's lying to me, and I can't breathe. He says we've done nothing wrong. I thought, why is he gone? Oh, I can't breathe. They say, shut your mouth, your words don't matter. Don't start another riot now. If all lives matter, why didn't his matter till he was 6 feet underground? I can't breathe, I can't sleep, watching the world acting like sheep. We've come too far just to go back to the way things used to be. If all lives matter, why didn't his matter? What's the matter with you? It's not safe anywhere from your poison air. I can see, but I can't breathe. There's a woman who cries for her son's worth. She can't breathe. He was young and unfree. He just wanted to be. Now he can't breathe. Takes a knee on national TV. Call it a disgrace. The disrespect would Why was your knee upon his neck? I can't breathe, I can't sleep, watching the world acting like sheep. We've come too far just to go back to the way things used to be. All lives matter, why didn't his matter? Tell me what's the matter with you? It's not safe anywhere from your poison air. I can see, but I can't breathe. No, no, I can't breathe. No, 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 no. I can't breathe. No.
Take a life, blood is on your hands, boys, kids and wife. You think we wouldn't stand? Who are you anyway? Ain't got much to say, just a racist cop who never got his way. You really had the nerve to break my trust for this? Dog, think I'ma sit on the back of the bus for this? No, I'm marching through the town, tear the statues down, burn them to the ground. It's time to turn this world around because
I can't breathe. How can you when there's so much more to do? You know the truth is gonna set you free. What will it take for all to believe? Our lives can't matter, so black lives matter. Tell me what's the matter with you? It's not safe, it's not fair, so much hate everywhere. Can you see why I can't breathe? No, no. I can't breathe. I can't breathe, no. I can't breathe. How can you? I can't breathe. There's so much more to do. You know the truth will set you free. I can't breathe. All lives can matter till black lives matter.
That was wonderful. All right. It's great to have to follow that up. So when Jon pitched this service to me, he asked me to think in terms of living a life that Tucker Carlson would hate. As someone who grew up in a household where Tucker was on every night since the show aired, I think I have a pretty good sense of a life that he would hate. And I also have a pretty good feeling that that life is mine. I'm a lesbian with a nose piercing who uses she, they pronouns and studies political science. I could list off a million traits of mine. However, when I think of what he would hate the most, I can only picture one thing. My comrades and I regularly take to the streets in DC to practice our right to protest. For some of these events, we would shut down major roads in the city for really long periods of time. So I would like you to close your eyes and picture Tucker Carlson driving to the Washington Fox News studio when a police cruiser pulls right in front of him to block off the street. He's already running late. His face turns red, and he's starting to death grip the steering wheel. He probably mutters some expletives to himself. Now imagine, right in front of his car, me marching directly in front of him, waving a sign and chanting. It probably hasn't happened, but wouldn't it be cool if it did? A 19-year-old disagreeing with you is abstract, but a 19-year-old drastically disrupting your commute? And that's something anyone would hate.
Just share an encore joy. Carrie, who's running chat on Zoom right now, sent this as a direct message, but I think it's okay for me to share it. She said, Mary slays. Definitely correct. So just add that joy for today. So, I don't know if you follow the news much, but, every time I turn on the news, apparently, according to some of the news that's out there, the values of good, God-fearing white men is under attack. If you ask the official mascot of white man, once he's gotten past the protest and shown up at Fox News, Tucker Carlson, the radical left is trying to replace those good God-fearing white folk by opening the borders and letting in the foreigners. By the way, that's code word for colored people, who tend to vote more liberal, just to rig elections. It's ridiculous, I know. But should it be? But I'll get back to that in a second. One thing is clear. White men are really angry right now. Why are they so angry? Last week, Reverend Christine shared with us that the top 1% of the world's population now owns around half of the world's wealth. Looking specifically in the U.S., the top 10% of families in the U.S. own 76% of the wealth. The next 40% of U.S. families own 22%. The bottom 50% of families in the U.S. own just 1% of the wealth. That's over 63 million families. 63 million families who are struggling every day to figure out how to pay the bills. And yes, due to a history of prejudicial practices, this despairingly affects people of color more than white families. But looking at the statistics, 40% of white families are in that bottom 50%. So more and more white families are finding themselves to be in the group of have-nots. And that makes for a lot of angry white men feeling powerless. And they got to have somebody to blame. It's got to be somebody's fault. So whose fault is it? And this is where our friend Tucker and his buddies come in. They can't blame the obscenely wealthy. After all, that's just capitalism at work, right? And we learned last week that the opposite of free market capitalism sounds an awful lot like communism. Ooh. Besides, Tucker and his buddies certainly don't want to upset the ones that are paying the bills. So that brings us to these liberal conspiracies, stolen elections, the deep state, and yes, replacement theory, replacing current electorate with an influx of liberal-minded foreigners. Sounds absolutely ridiculous, doesn't it? But is it? The fact is, demographics are changing. The power of those angry white men is decreasing. In the 1950 census, time when we can all agree white men had it pretty good, 87.5% of the U.S. population was non-Hispanic white. By 2000, the number was down to 69.1%. 2010, 63.7%. And in the 2020 census, the percentage of non-Hispanic white men, non-Hispanic whites had dropped to 57.8%. And that's not just, to be clear, that's not just a drop in total number of white people. The number of non-Hispanic whites in the U.S. went up 8 million people between 2000 and 2020, but the percentage of the total population dropped by almost 6%. Apparently the white population is being diminished by a greater increase in minorities, many of whom are immigrants. Tucker's right. Replacement theory is real. But you know what? That's a good thing. The more diverse this country is, the more equally all groups are represented, the more it can well represent all people and truly be the bastion of democracy for the world that it has claimed to represent all these years. So those old white men, they've got a reason to be scared. Their position of privilege is no longer guaranteed. And if you want to know how scary that is to them, well, I had to work through the process of understanding that there's nothing more special about me than anyone else in the world. And that was pretty traumatic for me. I mean, I grew up in the 1980s, people. No one had to tell me I was better than a minority or immigrant. That was just understood. I grew up with that really insidious racism of unspoken truths. I was better because I had a mom and a dad. There was no gangbangers or crackheads running through my neighborhood. I truly believed growing up that all minority neighborhoods were like that and had those problems. And so many still think that way today. They believe their lives will be worse because of all those minority problems are going to spill into their world. So those old white men are scared, and they are fighting back. They're not going to give up their position of privilege willingly. What are they doing to fight back? They're rigging the system. Advanced computer systems mean gerrymandering can be done with greater precision. They're passing restrictive voting laws that disproportionately affect minorities and hourly wage workers. Reducing the number of polling places in urban neighborhoods. Stacking the courts with conservative judges. And not just the Supreme Court, but up and down the federal court system. Those old white men have really found a way to game the system. So with everything stacked up against us, against real progressive change, what can we do? I don't know about you, but it kind of makes me want to just throw up my hands, watch some John Oliver while crying into a tub of ice cream. Don't give up. That's what they want. And as John Oliver would say, luckily, there's something you can do. Number one, vote. If they're going to try to make our votes count less, then we all have to show up and vote for change. Vote in every election, not just federal, but local and state elections as well. Even in a lost election, a vote is a statement that the winner hears. The closer the election, the louder the noise that vote makes. And there are plenty of other ways to make your voice heard. Write or call your congressman, senators, state representatives, even the governor, and tell them what is important to you. Congressional staffers have said that a phone call explaining what a particular piece of legislation or a policy means to you is highly effective. And if there is a high volume of calls on one topic, it encourages the legislature to prioritize that issue. It is powerful because the vast majority of citizens will never take the time to call an elected official. And, this is the part I really like, it only takes a couple minutes to do. So if you want to call a certain senator from Arizona I don't know, mention how the filibuster is a tool being used to obstruct the voices of her constituents and is stained with the history of blocking the passage of multiple civil rights acts and is a single thing stopping critically important legislations like the 2 Voting Rights Acts, abortion protection, and civil rights that not only restores the protections that have been whittled away over time, but also extends badly needed protections to members of the LGBTQ plus community. And does she really want her name to forever be aligned with the likes of Strom Thurmond? Then you just pop on to the website senate.gov, find the senator's info, give her a call. That easy. Got a little more time to invest? Then volunteer to support a campaign. Again, at whatever level of government, there just happens to be a critically important Senate race in Arizona that you can get involved with, but there are also local elections that you can make a difference supporting. Whether it's posting signs, knocking on doors, making phone calls, or sending emails, there is a way that you can get involved and support a campaign or support a candidate that you believe in. Not willing to wait on the government to act? Get out there and protest. Are you as angry as I am about the continued lack of action by the government on perfectly reasonable gun control measures? Join the march on the Capitol next Saturday. Got a bad knee like me and not certain that you can march? They need volunteers to hand out water and work petition tables too. And maybe you're having one of those days like I sometimes do. You're completely overwhelmed by it all. And all you can manage is John Oliver and some cookies and cream. I'm here to tell you that's okay too. We are all going to have those days. It is very easy to feel defeated. That's okay. Take care of yourself physically and spiritually. And when you're ready, find that one thing that you are passionate about and find a way to make a difference, even if it's in the tiniest way. Heck, sometimes I tear the stupid little plastic windows out of those spam envelopes just so I can throw away the envelope so I can recycle a little more, just so I can say to myself, I did something good today. Sometimes that's enough. It's a hard road we travel today. And the white men in power are not going to relinquish their control easily. They're going to continue to try everything they can to resist the change that is coming. But that change is coming. Soon, I will be a statistical minority, as will all the white men like me. Despite all the efforts to stop us, we have the ability to make change, and change we will make. Keep fighting for tomorrow, the tomorrow you want. The old white men are angry, and they are scared, and that is a good thing. Thank you.
I'm not angry right now. Not yet. Everybody knows this song. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Yeah, there you go. I got backup singers here. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Here we go. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Everywhere I go. I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Thank you.
Thank you again, Renee and Nicole. I finally get to stand up here after you guys playing so I can thank you. I mean, absolutely incredible. Your words spoke to me today and moved me. Everybody, one more time, thank you for that. So as we have done for the last 2 years, we will have online coffee hour immediately following the service. It is a separate link found in the chat, on the website and Compass, or on the final slide. We will also have in-person coffee hour right outside in the patio. Masks are required inside and optional outside with appropriate social distancing. So please join us. Go now, ready to change the world. Thank you.
If I can reach the stars, pull one down for you, shining on my heart, so you could see the truth. And this love I have